Okay, welcome to NTI DCPS at home day 2. If you are watching this video and weren't here live, you missed a fun game. And I appreciate everybody that was here that played the game. Your assignment for today, and this is going to be worth it's going to be worth a decent amount, just so everybody does it. It's going to be real simple. Is you're just going to complete these 3 problems that we're going to do together. Okay, these are going to go over all of our rules that we have. Okay, one at a time, each rule. Let's do this. If you don't have your Desmos calculator pulled up, I would appreciate it if you pull up a tab so you can help me with the math on this. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this. Let's set up our paper properly. And of course, I don't have loose leaf paper here, so we are just going to make up some loose leaf paper. I'm using a different Chromebook today. So let's pretend that this is our paper. And here we go. We're going to set this up. We'll pretend that there's a line across the top of it, just like so. There's our line across the top of it, which is absolutely horrible, not straight at all. And we'll pretend that these are our 3 hole punches. 1, 2. Here we go. Here's how we're going to set our paper up. Got it. There we go. DCPS at home day 2, and over here a lighter line. Today's date is 1-21, and we're going to do 3 problems. Okay, so that's how you're going to set it up. Everybody set your paper up nice and neat. Make sure that's the top, and here we go. Without further ado, I am not going to write on this because it doesn't look like paper, so I'm just going to get rid of this, but that is what it should look like. Here we go. Problem number 1, 2, and problem 3. We'll just write them all down together. Here we go. Problem 1 right here. We'll go 3x y squared times 4x to the 5th y to the 6th. That's your first problem. If you can do it, go for it. Your second problem is this one right here. And we're going to go -2x y to the 4th, and we're going to raise this to the 4th power. If you can do that problem right now, go for it. I would like to start chapter 5 today, but we're not supposed to start new stuff on our NTI days. And the last problem I'm going to have you do, last one, is one from the other day. You're probably going to need a calculator on this one potentially. We will go 2x squared y to the 4th. Let's just throw a random z in here. Divided by, we'll go 8x squared y to the 5th. There are our problems right there. If you know how to do every single one of them and you have them written down, you may leave this Google Meet and you can complete them and you can upload them to Google Classroom. It'll be under a title DCPS at home day 2. That is not currently there yet. If you're watching this live, it'll be there in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Okay. If you are watching this recording, then I'm sure it's already there. Here we go. Everybody, we're going to take our regular numbers, our coefficients. We're going to take those coefficients and we're going to just do what it says. This says 3 times 4. That's going to be 12. Goodbye. On this one, this says, here's what it says for our coefficients to do. -2 to the 4th power. If we don't put that -2 in parentheses, we will not get the correct answer. Okay. This is going to be +16, and that is gone. And then last but not least, on our division problem, we're going to calculate that right there, which if you do it on a calculator, you're going to get that, but we do not want fractions. So we don't want decimals. So we're going to change it to 1/4. All right. Now you have got 2 options and they both start with a C. You're either going to count the exponents and the variables up, or you're going to cancel them out. You're either going to count or you're going to cancel. And those are your 2 choices. And if they're on the same level, which is what 1 and 2 are, we're just going to count them up. So we're just going to count up our x's. I've got 1x here, got 1x there, and I've got 5 there. So 1x and 5x is going to give me 6 total x's. And on my y's, I've got a couple y's there, and I've got 6 more there. So I have y to the 8th. There we go. There's my final answer, and that is how you simplify it. You just count them up. All right. Now, there's one exponent in this problem. One exponent. There's a lot of them, but there's one exponent where I really do think it's going to be in most people's benefit to expand it out. Okay. And what I mean by expand it out is write it out. And I'm talking about that one right there. I just think it tends to help people. So that's telling us that we have 4 parentheses. I do feel like it helps if you see these for a lot of people. As I graded the quizzes yesterday, this is what people miss the most. But I feel like if you write that one out, you won't miss it too often. So we have an X in each of these, and we have 4 Y's in each of these. And we have 4 Y's, and we have 4 Y's. And now that we've expanded it out, now I feel like we can probably just count them up. So on my X's, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 X's, X to the 4th power. And on my Y's, again, just count them up. I don't think you need to write out all 4 Y's, but I've got 4 there. 4 more makes 8. 1 more makes 12. 4 more makes 16. So we have Y to the 16th. And there's your final answer on that one. And then to wrap up NTI, day number 2, and then we'll be ahead of schedule because we get out of here at 10. And this is it, day number 2. On this one, we do something different. On this one, we cancel them out. I feel like there's a few people, some people, that it would still be in their best interest on these to actually expand it. I think you'll get good at just visualizing it soon, and some of you already are there, but that's what we have in the numerator, and this is what we have in the denominator, just like this. And because it has this line in between them, we can't just count them up. They're not on the same level. Anything divided by itself is going to cancel. So this X is going to cancel, and this X, and we're left with no X's in our answers. There's no X's left. On the Y's, we'll cancel these, and these. There's our Y. Now, again, as I help people with assignments, and as you complete yesterday's Delta Math assignment, if you don't have it finished already, if you miss it, here's what you need to check. 100% of the time yesterday, it seemed like if somebody missed it, it's because you're putting the variable in the wrong spot. Listen, not really rocket science. You leave it where it is. That Y is in the denominator. That Y is at the bottom. There's nothing you're gonna come upon that's gonna tell you to move it up to the top. So that Y in our final answer goes in the denominator. And as I look to cancel out my Z, I notice that that's the only Z there is. And once again, you're not going to move it. If it's in the numerator, it's going to stay in the numerator. So we have that right there. And would anybody like to impress me in the chat box and tell me what I can do to actually make that a better answer? That's correct. That is completely correct. But would anybody want to just type in the chat box or unmute yourself and say, how could I actually write this just even a little bit better, like just a little bit more simplified? Anybody have any suggestions on what I could leave out? You can, in the chat box, you can just type in what I can leave out. There's something in that answer that I don't have to actually have, and it would actually be a little bit better. Anybody want to type? Some of you may not even be with me anymore. I may be talking to myself. No, I still got 11 people in here. Any guesses? Yep, perfect. Great job. That 1, you don't need the 1 because 1 times anything is itself. So you don't have to have that 1. So we have the Z, we have 4Y. There we go. Okay. All right. Here's the deal. I'm going to put one thing here. And this only applies to the people that are currently in this Google Meet. If you write question 4 down and you show me tomorrow or Friday that you have got question 4 done, and you don't have to. If you want to log out of the Google Meet right now, go for it. Have a great day. I'll see you maybe tomorrow in the hallways or Friday at school. But if you want to do question 4, any of you guys that show me question 4 done and complete, I will buy you a Coke. And if you get it correct, and you have to, and no using ChatGPT. Like, I'm going to ask you to explain it to me. So if you're just going to use ChatGPT, don't bother. But if you get it, if you just attempt it, I'll get you a Coke. If you attempt it and get it right and can explain it to me, then I'll get you a Coke and some candy. All right. So that offers to anybody that's currently still in the chat at 9:56. I'm going to write it down, not going to work it with you, and see what you guys can do. This is going to take all 3 rules, put them together into one. So here we go. You ready? We'll go 3 a b squared c to the 4th times -2 a squared raised to the 3rd power. Now, do we want to raise that to the 3rd power? Nah, not. Yeah, we'll raise to the 3rd power. Divided by, we'll do this. We'll go -4 a b c to the 5th squared. Anybody wants to make an attempt on that one, go for it. I'm going to take a picture of it with my phone so I remember what it was. And that, ladies and gentlemen, take a picture of it, wraps up our Google Meet for today. If you want to try that one, you can. You do not have to. I will go and put a place to upload these problems we just wrote down here in a second. Please scan them with your phone, and that's it. I hope you have a great day, and I think your next class starts at 10:05. We have a little break. Your next class starts at 10:15. So that's all I've got. I hope you guys have a great day.
How's anybody to bring people to school?